Okay, in this video, we're going to be discussing graphing an absolute value equation. This is going to be a basic beginner level. Okay, so let's start with the graph of an absolute value function. Okay, remember anything that you plug into an absolute value becomes positive, whether it was positive or not going in. Okay, so if I plug a 1 in, I get a 1 out, 1, 1. Plug a 2 in, I get a 2 out. 3 in, I get a 3 out. 4 in, I get a 4 out. Right, and it's the same for the negative. So -1 gives me 1, -2 gives me 2, -3 gives me 3, -4 gives me 4. Okay, so the graph of an absolute value function, parent function, looks like that. Okay, so what we're going to do is transform some of these around, move them around with some up and down, left and right motion. Okay, recall that on the inside of the function, it makes these numbers make it go left and right, and it's opposite of the sign. These numbers out here make it go up and down, and it's the same as the sign. Okay, and the A, that's going to determine how skinny or wide the graph is. Okay, so to graph this function, move from 0, 0, move according to the vertical and the horizontal shift, and make a new vertex. Okay, and then over 1, and then up or down A. If A is up, if A is positive, and down if A is negative. Okay, so let's take a look at some of these. So our first one, we have the absolute, y is equal to 4 times the absolute value of x minus 5. Okay, so the first thing we need to look at is that this thing is creating a shift. It's going to go left. Nope, not left. It's opposite of the sign. So right 5. Okay, so our new vertex, instead of being at 0, 0, is over here at 5, 0. Okay, and then we move over 1, following this instructions here, over 1, either direction, both directions. And since our A is 4, that's positive, we're going to move up 4. So over 1, up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Over 1, up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We can do it again. It's kind of like a slope of a linear function. Over and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Over 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and that gives you your absolute value function. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. So this, we've got y is equal to 5 times the absolute value of x minus 5. Okay, so this minus 5 is going to cause it to go down by 5. So we'll take our initial origin and vertex and move down here. Our A is equal to 5. Okay, so that's what we're going to move up when we go over. So since it's positive, I'll go right 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. Oh, should be here, right? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, and over 1 and then 5 up. I can do it again. Over 1 and then 5 up. You can go over 1 and 5 up. You can keep doing that many times as you want, but this will be the absolute value graph. Okay, let's look at the next one. Okay, so this time we have a negative out front, so that's different. But first, let's look at our shift. So since it's on the inside, it's left and right, it's opposite of the sign. So this will go right 7. So let's take our initial vertex, which is at the origin, and move it right 7. Okay, and my A is equal to -3. That means it's, instead of opening upward like this and this, it's going to open downward. Okay, so let's go to this. We move over and then we move down 3 because our A is -3. 1, 2, 3. Over 1, 1, 2, 3. We can do it again. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Okay, and that should be enough to get the idea. And there's that absolute value graph. Okay, 3 more. Okay, so this one we have y is equal to 6 times the absolute value of x minus 2. The minus 2 is going to make it go down 2. Okay, so our new vertex will be here, down 2 from the center. And then our A is 6, so we'll be opening upward because it's positive. So I'll go 1 over and up 6. So over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do the same thing over here. And then over 1 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again on the left side. And we've got this. Notice it's very skinny. very skinny parabola, and the bigger number you have out front, the skinnier that, or not parabola, absolute value, the skinnier it's going to be, just like a parabola. Okay. Okay. So the next one's got a +3, which will make it go left 3. Our A is -2. Okay. So let's make our new vertex at -3, and then over 1 down 2, because our A is -2. Over 1 down 2. Go again, over 1 down 2, over 1 down 2, over 1 down. You can do this as many times as you want. Down 2, down 2, down 2, and then connect the dots. And there you go. Notice that one's a little bit wider than this one because the number in front, a 2, is not as big as a 6. Okay. One last one. So on this one, we've got the +5 out at the end, so that's up 5. Okay, so I'll go up 5, put my new vertex there, and then my A is -2, so it'll be going downward, opening downward, and we'll move by -2 each time. So over to the right, down by 2, down by 2. Okay, keep going. Okay, and then do the same thing on the left, and then create your absolute value. And that's it.